and welcome back to another video, guys. Now, that's right, today I think this is a lot of people's most anticipated video here on my channel every year, my Blu-ray collection video. So I do one of these at the start of every year. So if you're new to the channel, hello, welcome, it's great to have you here. And just as a bit of a warm-up, just so you guys can sort of know what to expect here, my Blu-ray collection consists of a lot of really cool movies, as you can see behind me. I kind of go through TV shows, then superheroes, sci-fi, drama, action, mythical, horror, comedy, and then we sort of move into collections I have, like Arrow Video, Criterion Collection Blu-rays, HMV's 4K Premium Collection, which is a UK thing, and then we go into Disney animated collections because I have a series of that in Pixar, and then a couple other cool little bits on the end, like some box sets. I've got a pretty cool little Doctor Who collection coming along for Doctor Who fans. So yeah, we're going to do that stuff. For those of you who know me and been by my channel a lot, you've heard me talk about another cabinet I have in my hallway with sort of like Blu-rays I don't want to get rid of, but they're ones which I've run out of room for here in my room. I'm going to do a separate video on that. I'm not going to include them here, or else this video is going to be way too long. So yeah, we're going to start off with TV shows. As I say, we're going to just go in order of what I haven't. They're not alphabetical on my shelf. I find it easier to find things in genre order, so, and I don't want to split up things like my Marvel films and stuff. I like having them together, so they're in genre order. But we're going to start off with TV shows. So the first thing up I have to show, of course, is my Game of Thrones Season 1 through 8 4K box set. I got this on a Black Friday deal with a discount code. Like just slightly over £100, which is great for this set, 'cause it's £200 normally if you want to buy it. And in here, of course, you have all 8 seasons on 4K with some bonus discs. So yeah, that's the first one up there. And I love Game of Thrones Season 1 through 6, really great. 7's a bit, I weren't a fan on 8. Then we have up, just going to make sure these films don't fall over as I pull them off to show you guys. Another very cool set here, which I got in CEX. This is a box set of Band of Brothers and the Pacific. And it's really cool, really nice hardback box there. Band of Brothers is amazing. I haven't seen the Pacific yet, but I do very much plan on watching it this year because the next show from Tom Hanks and Steven Spielberg is coming out later this year, so I want to be ready for that. Then another set from CEX. I got this because it was £5, but I've never watched it, and that's The Crown Season 1. This is like a big box set exclusive. Yeah, it's the only season of The Crown I own because I just found this box set so cheap. I really do need to crack on and watch that show at some point. Then we have one of the true crimes of the TV world because it is not talked about near enough, and that's Black Sails. This is series 1 and 2. I love Black Sails. If you like Game of Thrones and you like pirates, this is honestly the best show out there for you. It's brilliant. Then we have, of course, Season 3 of Black Sails. I love this cover, really good. Yeah, this is just a huge recommendation if you haven't already heard of it. And then I feel like my Blu-rays are all going to fall over here. I sort of put them on the stand and I put my MacBook on when I do my live streams, and they're wobbling all over the place. Season 4, the final season of Black Sails. This show had such a good ending. They actually knew they wanted to end it, so they did. Unlike Game of Thrones. Well, I knew they wanted to end it, but wow, they rushed it. Peaky Blinders, another fantastic series here. Really great. Really looking forward to the final season of that coming out this year. Season 4, my favourite season of Peaky Blinders. And Season 5. I can't lie, you probably won't see my Peaky Blinders Blu-rays in next year's video because I am planning on selling them and buying a complete series box set. Dust on my sleeve, sorry. A complete series box set when it all finishes. And just like I did for Game of Thrones and Breaking Bad. Fantastic show. Love this. There's a reason why this show is so well loved. And then, of course, got this on my birthday, my 24th birthday this year. El Camino, the Breaking Bad movie, of course. Which is also really good. Just feels like an extended episode. Okay. Then we have my Walking Dead collection. So, Fear the Walking Dead Season 1. Actually wasn't that bad. Didn't mind that season at all. Fear the Walking Dead Season 2, the first half on the boat isn't very good, but the second half of the season when they're in the hotel, I actually found quite entertaining, I must say. Season 3, the last good season, as far as I'm concerned, of Fear the Walking Dead. Yeah, you know, it was good. It was sort of very reminiscent of Season 2 of The Walking Dead on the farm. Season 4, this is a mess. They didn't know what to do with the show. They were trying to get more viewers. And yeah, let's say just a mess. Season 5, pretty bang average. And Season 6, pretty boring overall, I'd say. Yeah, I'm sort of struggling to keep up with this show. I sort of just watch it when there's literally nothing else to watch. I'm hoping they do a complete box set of that at some point. Which I'm hoping they do for The Walking Dead when it ends. Here's Season 1 through 7. This was like £12 on Amazon, brand new. Like on a sale one day. And I was like, I'm going to do that because it just saves so much room instead of having them all individually on the shelf. So, yep, Season 1 through 7 of The Walking Dead. I really like The Walking Dead up to about Series 5. And then it does lose a bit of momentum. The only season of The Walking Dead I don't like, Season 8. And Season 9. They really pulled it back here. I don't own 10 because as soon as they announced it was ending, I was like, I'm just going to hold off for a box set. Chernobyl. I'd love a 4K of this, to be honest. This is my favourite mini-series ever. I think it's absolutely fantastic. Des, still need to watch this. David Tennant, though, so I really do want to give that one a good watch. And Fleabag, Season 1 and 2. This is an absolutely incredible show. Phoebe Waller-Bridge is fantastic. The Night Manager, another really, really great, I think this was BBC. Was it BBC or ITV? Oh, BBC. Tom Hiddleston, Hugh Laurie, really fantastic drama there if you haven't seen it. Sherlock, Series 1 through 3. Again, I should really just get a box set because I don't feel like they're going to do any more Sherlock. Here is the special, The Abominable Bride, which was quite good actually. I did enjoy that. And Series 4. So yeah, I could really do with just getting that all in a set. Torchwood. Yeah, you know, I'm a Doctor Who fan. I actually like the 3rd season and Series 4 of this the most. I know people weren't big on Series 4, but yeah, unpopular opinion there. And final Blu-ray from the first pile is His Dark Materials Season 1. Really, really great, cracking show there. BBC, but with HBO's involvement, so it has the HBO budget. If you've seen the Golden Compass, movie, based off the same books, but this is much better. So then next up, of course, we have His Dark Materials Season 2, which was also just fantastic. I'm kind of in love with this show. I can't wait to see how they end it later this year, I think, with the 3rd and final season. The best debut season for a TV show I've ever seen. Westworld. Wow, this show was... The first season of this was absolutely fantastic. And again, the set is beautiful. And then, of course, we have Season 2, which I also love. I know some people, for some reason, dropped off of this show after the first season. Baffling to me. I love this still. It's great. Not as good as the first season, obviously. Still really good. And Season 3. Now, I really, really loved Season 3, but look at the packaging on this compared to the other seasons. What a shame. Star Trek Discovery. A cool little Velcro thingy. Yeah, I can't lie, I wasn't big on this. I was really looking forward to it. And yeah, I just wasn't very big on it. But anyway, I've still got it in my collection. Series 2, which my parents bought me, 'cause I think they looked through my collection one day and were like, he hasn't got the second season that. And like for my birthday or something, I thought, oh, we're getting that. I can't lie, I still haven't watched this. The first season didn't grip me enough that I have yet to really want to go see the second season. The Umbrella Academy. Whoa, great show here. I mean, actually, to be fair, the first season, this weren't great. This was just, it was good, though. It was good. It's the second season I love, and I bought this purely hoping that we'll get a Season 2 Blu-ray. But yeah, nice little pack, though, that they've done for that, which makes it worth it, because it is on Netflix, so I get that it's harder to buy things that are just on Netflix nowadays. Like The Boys on Prime, great show. I had to just own this because I loved this show so much. And then, of course, here we have Season 2 of The Boys, which I bought in HMV's The Vault in Birmingham. So, that's pretty cool. Then, on to Marvel. Daredevil Season 1. Wow, this was incredible. So, you know, the Netflix shows, they definitely had their faults, but this was one of the great ones. This was awesome. Jessica Jones. Really loved the first season. It's shame Season 2 and 3 weren't as good. But, hey, David Tennant as Kilgrave. Incredible in that. And also, Jessica Ritter. I think it's her name. She's great as Jessica Jones. Really hoping we see her in the actual MCU. And here's Daredevil Season 2. Fantastic. Real shame they never put Season 3 out because that was also great. Luke Cage, pretty good. Had some issues. And Iron Fist, which I got eventually because it was like, this is the last Netflix one they're putting out, so I guess I'll get it for the collection. Wasn't great, but hey-ho. Agent Carter Season 1, actually didn't mind this. I thought it was going to be awful, but it wasn't too bad. Season 2, I have yet to watch, though, I must admit. Then, moving on to one of the most criminally underrated shows on TV, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Here is Season 1. Admittedly, Season 1 not the best, but they really listened to the complaints because from Season 2 onwards, it was a real good time. I haven't seen Season 6 and 7, but from 2 to 5, really good. And these sets are just beautiful that they do for them. Amazon exclusives, I believe. Really, really nice. Here's Season 4, my personal favourite season. The back half of Season 4 with, I think her name's Ava. Really, really great. And then Season 5. And that does it for the TV stuff for the moment. There's a couple more TV-related things mixed into the collection. But now we're just going to crack on with the movies and going straight off the Marvel shows into the Marvel films. Iron Man, the film that started off the MCU. You know, we know it, we love it. Actually, I'm going to put them down now. I'm going to try and make some room for myself. Oh, nearly just whacked my drink on the floor. That would have been bad. The Incredible Hulk. It's not as bad as I remember that film, to be honest. Watched it a couple times now. Iron Man 2. I actually like this film. You know, it's entertaining. Thor. This film here I'm not massive on, I'll admit. Definitely one of the weaker MCU films for me, personally. Captain America, the First Avenger. That's pretty good, that one. Avengers Assemble. Pretty iconic movie nowadays. Iron Man 3, I really like this film. Don't get why some people have a real burning hatred towards it. Thor the Dark World, yeah, probably the weakest MCU film for most people. My second least favourite. There's one I dislike more, and we'll get to it. Captain America, the Winter Soldier, probably my favourite MCU film, tied with Endgame. I absolutely love that movie. Guardians of the Galaxy, my third favourite MCU film. Marvel had two fantastic films there back to back. Age of Ultron, yeah, it's disappointing, but it's perfectly watchable still. Ant-Man, just a fun time, Ant-Man, isn't it? Civil War, I remember going to see this as a triple bill at the cinema with the other two Captain America films. Doctor Strange, this film here was when we learnt that Marvel really do listen to fans, when we begged them to cast Benedict, and they did. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Spider-Man Homecoming, yep, that's right, I've done a make, because it's released by Sony, you couldn't get it in a matching slip, so I had to make the slip. So yeah. But that's, you know, it's pretty cool. Now it actually fits in my collection with all the others. Thor Ragnarok, Taika, what a movie. And Black Panther, really, really cool movie. So next up, probably one of the most anticipated films ever for most people, Avengers Infinity War. I give so much respect to the Russo brothers. To juggle that many characters and to bring that story together was a hard task to do, so I rate them for it. Ant-Man and the Wasp, definitely a filler movie. Felt like one of those filler episodes of a TV show, but hey-ho. And Captain Marvel, yeah, this is my least favourite Marvel film. I apologise. Yeah, call me a sexist, so you want. I'm just really not a fan of that movie. And then, of course, Endgame. One of the best final movies to a story ever. I love this movie. I really do. I watch it so often, it's probably unhealthy. Spider-Man Far From Home. Look at Mysterio. Look at how cool he looks. After reading so many comics with Mysterio in, I was worried how silly he'd look in live action, but he looked awesome. And Black Widow, yeah, it's decent, it's decent. Now, I'm not sure if I should be showing these ones on YouTube or not, but I'm going to show them anyway, because I love Marvel and Star Wars, and some of the exclusives to Disney Plus obviously are not getting physical home releases. I'll say this, if they do, I will buy them in a heartbeat. Also, I pay for Disney Plus, so I am very supportive of the industry, but I'm a huge Marvel and Star Wars fan, so I've bought these to go with my collection. Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And yeah, it's the 4K slip is obviously, you know, it's Blu-ray underneath. But yeah, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. WandaVision. I absolutely loved this show. Thought it was absolutely incredible. Loki, Season 1. Marvel's What If. I wasn't too big on this one, I must admit. I wasn't massive on that one. And then Shang-Chi. This was a real surprise for me. I really did enjoy this movie. And Hawkeye. I thought it was alright. It was pretty good. Pretty entertaining. And that's it for the MCU. But we have a couple other Marvel things here. We've got... oh, that's weird. Venom. I don't really know why on this film, because I'm not a big fan on it. But the Blu-ray's coming unstuck. Oh, I know why that's coming unstuck, actually. It's right underneath my lava lamp on my shelf. That's probably why. That's a bit... Okay. Yeah. I won't be buying Let There Be Carnage anytime soon. I know that much, because I thought that was even worse. But, yeah. I love this set. Spider-Man. What's it called? Is it called Legacy? Yeah, Legacy box set. So you got the 3 Sam Raimi films in here, and then the 2 Mark Webb films. I really love the first 2 Spider-Man films. 3 really isn't that bad. Amazing Spider-Man 1 is watchable. I don't like the Amazing Spider-Man 2. Into the Spider-Verse, one of the best superhero films ever, period. I love it. And yeah, the X-Men collection. I'm not really big on the Fox X-Men films, but yeah, anyway, I own this. So next up, speaking of those Fox films, here's a couple that I do really like. And first up, we have Logan, 4K. Again, it's one of the best superhero films out there, really. One of the best Marvel films, at least. Then we have Deadpool. Really like Deadpool. Really, really good fun. And, of course, Deadpool 2. I really don't know what one I like more out of the 2 Deadpools. They're both really kind of on equal ground for me. The New Mutants, yeah, not a great film, but hey, I was kindly sent it in 4K, so, and as it's 4K, I was like, do you know what, I'll keep it on the shelf. I don't hate the film. It's not very good, but moving on to DC, Man of Steel. I actually really enjoy this film. I'm a big defender of it. Batman v Superman. I'm not a defender of this. I think this film is incredibly boring, but it looks great. Suicide Squad. Yeah, not good. Not good. Wonder Woman. I really like the first 2 acts of this film, and then it sort of just bottles it on the 3rd act. Zack Snyder's Justice League. Wow, I love this freaking movie. This is so cool. As you can tell, the Whedon one has been yeeted out of my room and replaced by this, because this is far better. Aquaman. I'm actually not a fan of this movie. I'm really not. So it's purely here for the collection. Shazam. Really enjoyable film there. Really enjoyable little flick there. Really can't wait to see the second one. Birds of Prey. I enjoyed this a lot at the cinema, but I watched it a couple times since, and it has weakened. Wonder Woman 1984. I really hate this movie. It's, again, purely here for the collection. Pedro Pascal is literally the only good thing about this movie. And The Suicide Squad, James Gunn's movie. My favourite entry into the DCEU now. Really excited to see what DC stuff we get this year. DC actually have a much more exciting year ahead of them than Marvel, I think. So many great movies coming up. So yeah, really excited about that. Joker. Here we go. Fantastic little trilogy here. The Dark Knights. You know, Batman Begins, massively underrated, because everyone just looks at the other 2. The Dark Knight's fantastic. And then, of course, Dark Knight Rises. Very entertaining as well. I have this DC 4K set, which was really cool. I was really excited to pick this up. It's got like super cheap online. It's got a huge number 1 on the side for like volume 1. where the hell's Volume 2, Warner Brothers? And then, of course, Batman, the animated series. We've got Gotham, the complete box set. I watched the first 3 seasons of this. It had its ups and it had its downs. I need to finish it, I really do. Then, of course, the original Batman anthology. Very much worth having. I really enjoyed the first film in there. And then Superman, the collection, 5-film collection, yeah. I've still only seen the first 3 in here. Okay, so that's it for superheroes. Now moving on to my favourite thing in the entire world. Star Wars. Here is the Phantom Menace. I really like the Phantom Menace, I do. I grew up with it. The prequels are my Star Wars films. Attack of the Clones. Yeah, I can definitely see the problems with this movie, but I still really enjoy it overall. And Revenge of the Sith. What a bloody masterpiece. I love this movie. I adore it. The film that changed cinema. A New Hope. Absolutely incredible film. Maybe the greatest sequel ever. Empire Strikes Back. And one of the great final movies here. Return of the Jedi. I love the back of this one. Of course, Boba Fett airing at the minute. So, very, very cool. And the 4K transfers are really good on these. The Force Awakens. I enjoyed this. It was a very good time at the cinema. I wish they'd gone a different direction, but hey-ho is what it is. The Last Jedi. I like this film. I think it's beautiful, and I like the fact they took risks with this film. My least favourite film ever, Rise of Skywalker. This is pure fan fiction. It's bad filmmaking, and I hate it. It's here for the collection. Rogue One, my favourite of the 5 Disney films so far. And finally, for the films, Solo. Yeah, pretty good film, pretty good. Well, actually, there is one more here. The Clone Wars movie. Yeah, I actually remember going to see that in the cinema. And, of course, Star Wars, The Clone Wars, the 5-series box set. This is some of the best TV here. Some of the best Star Wars in here. I freaking love this. So then we have Star Wars The Lost Missions here, which is criminal that Disney thought that they shouldn't air them. And then, of course, they came back and made the final season of Clone Wars. Yep, and again, I know it's Disney Plus exclusive. As I say, I pay for Disney Plus. As soon as they put them out physically properly, I will get a proper one. But yeah, the last 4 episodes were insanely good. And, of course, that led straight on into The Bad Batch, which, there was some good stuff in The Bad Batch. Rebels, Season 1. Rebels Season 2. Love the finale to this one. Season 3. Maybe my favourite season of Rebels. And Season 4. So happy that we finally got to see Thrawn. And, of course, Mandalorian, Season 1. And Mandalorian Season 2. You know, fantastic show, fantastic show. And also I have these. These are the despecialized edition of the original 3 Star Wars films, which means this is how they looked in cinema. So yeah. Then Star Trek, the 10-film collection. Very up and down. There's some good films in here. There's some bad ones. You know, I'm not the biggest Trek fan, I will admit. But then we have here the reboot, J.J. Abrams film. I do quite enjoy that one. Into Darkness, which was pretty good. Bit of a slog at times. And Star Trek Beyond. Yeah, this was a really weird movie. Like, I think I like it, but it depends what mood I'm in. Predator, 3-film collection in 4K. Funny enough, I did have the option to get the 4-film collection. But I really hate the 4th Predator film, so I'm just going to get the 3-film collection. And then we have Prometheus. Really, really enjoyed this movie. I thought this was great. And Covenant. Which, again, reminds me a bit of The Rise of Skywalker. Just the director just bending to peer pressure and, like, fan service. And it just wasn't a great movie. Alien Anthology. Love this set. Yeah, the first 2 Alien films are brilliant. 3, I don't think is near as bad as some people make out. 4's not very good. Alien vs Predator. I actually don't mind the first one. The second one is awful. Avatar. Where's the 4K of this movie? Mad Max Fury Road. What a really, really fantastic movie. One of the few times I prefer it to the original. Blade Runner. Just the Blade Runner, sorry. Great film. And then here is 2049. Again, very rare. Again, I actually prefer this to the original as well. Fantastic film. Movie I haven't seen yet, The Fifth Element. I was sent this very kindly. Still need to watch it. Ad Astra. Saw this at the cinema. Breathtakingly beautiful movie. Arrival. Interstellar. My favourite Christopher Nolan movie. I love that film. The Martian. More Matt Damon getting left behind on a planet. Apollo 13. Under the Skin. Ex Machina. Maybe my favourite A24 film. Really, really like that movie. Oblivion. Pretty fun little sci-fi movie there. Close Encounters of a Third Kind. Fantastic Spielberg movie. E.T. the Extraterrestrial. You know, fantastic film. We all know that one. District 9. This film kind of come out of nowhere. Was absolutely fantastic. Terminator. Classic. Terminator 2 Judgment Day. One of the best action movies ever made. And Terminator 3, yeah, this one, Rise of the Machines, yeah, it's not great, but it's sort of, it's there in the collection. Chronicles, this is one of the best, like, hand-to-hand camera films I've ever seen. And here's another one. Cloverfield, fantastic movie, really excited to see the new one. 10 Cloverfield Lane, this was scary, and the tension was incredible. Filmmaking at some of its best there. Annihilation, one of the best Netflix originals, had to own this one. Independence Day, screw up with this movie, it's just fantastic. Ghostbusters 1 and 2, I'm hoping for a triple pack in 4K. There is a triple pack up for pre-order, or you know, with Afterlife in, but it's Blu-ray, not 4K, so I'm hoping to get a triple pack on 4K. I don't need the 2016 Ghostbusters, but the first Ghostbusters and Afterlife I absolutely love. I do enjoy the second one. And then Live, Die, Repeat, Tom Cruise, Emily Blunt. I love this movie. Massively underrated. So then next up, we have the Back to the Future trilogy. This is that new Blu-ray pack they brought out last year, which is actually really nice. Then we have Ready Player One in 4K. Need to get a slip for this really, but yeah, this is actually a really cool, fun little Spielberg film. Didn't blow me away, but it's good fun. Free Guy. In terms of video game movies, I preferred this to Ready Player One. I thought this was just a really fun blockbuster. You know, it is what it is, but it's a fun movie. The Transformers triple pack, I kind of, won't say grew up, because I was, you know, in my teens when these started to come out. But, yeah, you know, really, really fun. You know, the first one's good. I don't mind the third one. Second one's kind of bad. And I have got rid of the other two because I wasn't a big fan. Bumblebee is in my hallway, though, I believe. So I don't mind that one. Dread. The remake, of course. Really, really great. Again, another one of those rare films where I prefer the remake. Looper. Rian Johnson. Yeah, I'm a Rian Johnson fan. I like him. The Hunger Games. I do really enjoy the first movie. I think it's really good fun. And then Catching Fire. I don't mind this one. This one's fine. I got rid of the two Mockingjays because I hate them. Wanted, which is a really cool movie. Taken. Yeah, I wish they hadn't really bothered with the sequels. I don't mind 2, but 3 was really bad. So, but Taken, the first one's really, really good. Non-Stop. Really, really fun little Liam Neeson film there. And one of his underrated ones here, A Walk Among the Tombstone. Yeah, I got rid of a few Liam Neeson films in my collection over as time's gone on because, you know, they do get a bit repetitive. But I found this one here actually really underrated. So, yeah. Kingsman, The Secret Service. Yeah, this was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic movie. I really do enjoy it. And then Kingsman, The Golden Circle. I enjoyed this. I didn't love it, but I enjoyed it. I'm doubtful I'll be picking the new one up anytime soon. Tomb Raider. I really enjoyed this movie. I thought, it's just a fun action film. Fast and Furious, Hobbs and Shaw. Yeah, I actually didn't mind this movie. I thought it was alright. It was just really switch off stupid. The other Fast and Furious films are in my hallway. I do own them. Baby Driver. Edgar Wright is such a fantastic director. I can't wait to get Last Night in Soho in a couple of weeks. But yeah, Baby Driver. Fantastic movie. The Italian Job. The original. The only one to watch. Michael Caine. Fantastic film. The Cannonball Run. This is a film which I was sort of brought up watching with my dad. And yeah, my sister's boyfriend got me this actually for my last birthday. So yeah, but I really like The Cannonball Run. I love how it takes the mick out of James Bond a lot with Roger Moore. No Escape. Another pretty underrated one. Don't really see many people talk about that film. I really enjoy it. Some masterful cinema here. Quentin Tarantino, of course, here's Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2. Not my favourite Tarantino films, but hey, whenever we get to talk about Tarantino, it's always a good time. The Town. And a film which I don't think has got a 4K here in the UK yet, but if it does get a 4K, I really want to pick it up because I love this movie. Point Break. Really fantastic film. One of my favourite Keanu Reeves films. Speaking of Keanu Reeves, of course, carrying straight on here, Speed in 4K. Really, really fantastic movie. Collateral, which I watched for the first time last year. We got the Die Hard collection here, which of course has them all in, even the god-awful last one. But yeah, no, there's the others are still great. So Mission Impossible 1 through 3. I kind of like them all in that pack. I really do. But then they get really good after that, funny enough, I think. Ghost Protocol, fantastic movie. Rogue Nation, also a really, really good movie. And my favourite of the franchise, one of my favourite action films ever, Fallout. This film is fantastic. And I'm so, so excited to see the next one. John Wick. Is it Chapter 2? Did they say Chapter? Yeah, Chapter 2. I thought they did. And in my opinion, this franchise just gets better with each instalment. John Wick Chapter 3. I would buy a box set for them all in, but they just sort of keep making them, so... Nobody, Bob Odenkirk is fantastic in this movie. I really, really enjoyed this film. It sort of surprised me how good this one was. Skyfall. And Spectre. There will be more James Bond movies just a little bit later in the video where we get to the box sets. And in terms of No Time to Die, I haven't got that one yet because I do keep holding out hope they're going to do a Daniel Craig 5-film collection set. I know people keep telling me it's not going to happen, but I'm hoping it does. Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels. Of course, Guy Ritchie. First film, yeah. Really fantastic movie. Snatch. Probably his best film. And his comeback movie, The Gentleman. Really, really loved this movie. It was my favourite film of 2020. So, yeah. Shallow Grave. Really, really underrated film here. If you haven't seen this, please go check it out. It's a fantastic little British film there. Trainspotting. And Trainspotting 2. T2. The cinematography in this film is great. And this is surprisingly one of the best looking 4Ks I've got, actually, I'd say. Prisoners. Oh, fantastic film. Fantastic movie. And then here, of course, Gone Girl. Again, another film which really just blew me away. Next up, we have V for Vendetta. A DC movie. But yeah, I really, really like that film. Leon. Very interesting movie. It's a good watch. Some uncomfortable elements to it, I think, but it's still a good film. Sicario. Fantastic film. I also did enjoy the second one. It's in my hallway stand. I do own the second one. But yeah, it's, fantastic movie. The Man from U.N.C.L.E., another really good Guy Ritchie film here. One which I would have loved a sequel to, but I don't think that's ever going to happen now. Bridge of Spies, probably Spielberg's last great film before the new West Side Story, which I will hopefully pick up when it comes out. Film series which I watched for the first time, I think about this time last year, funny enough, and that is Rocky. I loved this series of films watching them for the first time. This is great. The only one I didn't like was Rocky 5. Yeah, Rocky 5. The one where he sort of has a fight on the street at the end instead of in a boxing ring. That's the only one I didn't like. I really enjoyed all of the other 5 films in there. Creed, fantastic. I love the way they brought these characters back. And of course, Creed 2. Fantastic. And I like what they've done. They've done something very similar to what Cobra Kai is doing at the minute with, you know, Karate Kid. They're bringing back some of those characters that people didn't like or found a bit goofy, and they're making people take them a bit more seriously, which I think is great. Warrior, Mr. Alex Pitt, if you're watching, I know I still need to watch this. I know you really want me to, and I will. Southpaw, really great boxing film here. Jake Gyllenhaal. Yeah, this was absolutely fantastic. Really surprised me. Fighting with My Family, again, another really good kind of, you know, look on WWE. I'm not a WWE fan, but that gave me a lot of appreciation for the athletes. And here is the Karate Kid films. You've got all 4 in here. I've watched 3 of them. I still haven't watched the next Karate Kid, but that's on my list to watch over the next couple of weeks. Because, well, the thing with the next Karate Kid is they've said that Cobra Kai is going to start to, you know, acknowledge that movie. So I will watch the next Karate Kid over the next couple of weeks or so. Now You See Me. I really like this film. It's kind of stupid at times, but I really like it. And Now You See Me 2. Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's a good movie. It's not great though. Inception, my second favourite Nolan movie behind Interstellar. Limitless. Really good film here. I haven't seen the TV series though. I wouldn't mind watching that at some point. And Shutter Island, Mr. Martin Scorsese. This film was absolutely incredible. Even when you know sort of the ending, rewatching it, it still has an incredible impact. Zodiac, just a really fantastic film here. Yeah, really love that movie. Birdman, a really incredible film from 2014, I believe, or Birdman, the Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance. Get the full title there. One of my favourite movies ever. I think this is also from 2014, funny enough. Whiplash. If you haven't seen Whiplash, go watch this movie. It is incredible. Sound of Metal. One of my favourite films from 2020. I think this film came out. Was it? It wasn't 21 now. I think it was 2020. Really great. Some of the best sound mixing I've ever heard in a film. Steve Jobs. I remember liking that one, but it's been a long time since I've seen that, and it's due a rewatch. American Hustle. I actually saw this one at the cinema. I really enjoyed that film. Incredible cast. Catch Me If You Can. Spielberg, again, just fantastic stuff there. The Judge, Mr. Robert Downey Jr. Now, I know most people, of course, know Robert Downey, Iron Man, Chaplin, Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. This is definitely another one of Downey's films that you really need to check out. It's fantastic. Citizen Kane. This is somewhat new to the collection. I picked this up about a month ago. This is the 80th anniversary set. You can see on the back there all the stuff you get with it. And yeah, fantastic film. Considered one of the best films of all time, as I'm sure many people know. And yeah, it is fantastic. And then what is considered by most people to be Mr. Scorsese's best movie, Goodfellas. This is the... What is this? It's a collector's set. Is it an anniversary? It doesn't say if it was released on an anniversary of Goodfellas. But yeah, I'm guessing it would have been maybe the... If it came out in 21, maybe 30th anniversary maybe this was for. Yeah, not personally my favourite Scorsese film, but fantastic movie nevertheless. And the Godfather films, yeah. Pretty beastly looking Blu Ray set here. I know the 4K set's coming out late this year. It's a bit expensive for me, so I'm holding off at the minute. Taxi Driver, love this movie. Where is the nice 4K set for this movie, like Goodfellas? This film really deserves it as well. And on a technical level, I'd say Scorsese's best film here, The Departed. Really, really great movie. The King of Comedy, I bought this because I heard that, well, number one, I bought it because it was actually going really cheap on Amazon. Then I bought it also because I heard that it heavily inspired Joker. Have yet to watch it. Reservoir Dogs, of course, coming back to Mr. Tarantino. His first movie there. Really, really fantastic. Pulp Fiction. This is a film I'm shocked they haven't done like a big 4K set for yet. Maybe for its anniversary or something. And Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, a film which I was a bit so-and-so with on first watch at the cinema, but I've really grown to love this movie. Philadelphia, a film I was very kindly sent, still have yet to watch it. Dallas Buyers Club. And I think I have to say this is my favourite Scorsese film because I honestly watch it about 3-4 times a year. The Wolf of Wall Street. I know it's a pretty basic pick for Scorsese nowadays, but it's just so rewatchable. I love it. The Nice Guys, one of my favourite films ever. I love it. Drive. Nightcrawler. This film blew me away. Really did. I actually watched it on Netflix, and then instantly after it finished, I hunted down a Blu Ray. 3 Billboards. Really, really great movie. And Free Fire. A lot of people say this is one of A24's weakest films, and I can sort of agree, actually, but I still really enjoy this film. So next up, we have Bad Times at the El Royale in 4K. This film, you could tell, was heavily influenced by Mr. Tarantino. But you know what? I really enjoyed it for what it was. It was a really good movie. Then we have Knives Out, my favourite Rian Johnson movie. I adored this. This is a HMV exclusive. Get a load of art cards in there. 4K as well. Beautiful little set. Yeah, I really love this movie, and I can't wait to see the sequel, which announced this morning is coming out late 2022 at the minute. So yeah, a film I was kindly sent and still need to watch. There's just so much to watch. Boys in the Hood. Yep, I need to watch this movie. Black Klansman, my favourite Spike Lee film still. Even though I do absolutely love Do the Right Thing and The Five Bloods, but great film there. Judas and the Black Messiah, 2021 film, pretty new that one still. Forrest Gump, classic, perfect movie. Good Will Hunting, A Local Hero, Mr. Bring Your Own Popcorn if you're watching, yeah, one of his recommendations there. About Time, I love this film, I love it so much. It's just such a feel-good film, even though I always end up in tears watching it. Crazy Stupid Love, another really, really good film there. Hunt for the Wilder People, Mr. Taika Waititi. Really great film there. I love all of Taika's films. Very excited to see Next Shot Wins. Is it Next Shot Wins or Next Goal Wins? I forget, the new sports film he's got coming out. And of course Thor as well this year. Minari. Another Round. This is actually the next film on my list to watch. I'm going to watch this probably tomorrow night. So yeah, it's a bit annoying. I'm literally so close to watching this one. Little Miss Sunshine. I love this movie. One of Steve Carell's best performances. And The Perks of Being a Wallflower. Incredible movie. I hear the book's fantastic as well. Silver Linings Playbook. Probably Jennifer Lawrence's best performance there. And Joy. Another film that I really like. The Father. Really need to watch this. Stand By Me. One of the best coming-of-age films, of course, out there. Wonder. Another film I just highly recommend to people. If you haven't seen this, go check it out, please. I think it's on Netflix. This film absolutely broke me. It's a beautiful film. And another one here I've just got to massively recommend, The Florida Project. I think this one's on Prime. Just such an incredible film. Willem Dafoe giving one of his best performances in that movie. Short Term 12. Really great cast in this one. Again, this and the next film showing how good of an actress Brie Larson is. Because I know that, unfortunately, she's suffered a lot of online abuse after Captain Marvel, and she's such a great actress, and she seems like such a lovely person that she really doesn't deserve it, because Room is incredible, like one of the best performances I've ever seen from an actress in this movie. So yeah, Brie Larson, incredible. And The Impossible, also fantastic film. Ewan McGregor, Naomi Watts, giving fantastic performances, and I think this was Tom Holland's first movie, so yeah, and he's great in it. Titanic, classic. Surprised this hasn't got a 4K either, but this is like a 3D box set version. Yeah, but very, very cool. I love the back half of that movie. Deepwater Horizon. It's a very good movie. It feels a bit clunky at times, but it's a very good film. Life of Pi. I love this film. I watched it in 4K for the first time on Disney Plus about 2 weeks ago, and it blew my mind. I really would love to upgrade it, actually. Fantastic film. Castaway. Whew, what a movie. What a movie. Wilson! Captain Phillips. The last 5 minutes of this, Tom Hanks gives one of his best performances ever, in my opinion. Incredible. Everest. A film which some people don't really care for. I actually have quite a good time with this movie. I do quite enjoy this film. Le Mans 66, or Ford versus Ferrari, depending where you are in the world. Really, really fantastic film. I loved this. I really did love this movie. Rush. Fantastic film, of course, about Niki Lauda, James Hunt. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's right. I do like my Formula One, so yeah. The cover, though, the 3D FX is not the best. It looks a bit... Get it at the wrong angle, it doesn't look great. But yeah, I quite like my Formula One, so I did enjoy that movie. And Chris Hemsworth giving one of his better performances. The Disaster Artist, you know, I loved The Room. I can't lie, I am one of those weird people. I did not hit her. It's not true, it's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. So yeah, really like this movie. Eddie the Eagle. I think this was my favourite film of 2016. Loved it. I, Tonya. Margot Robbie giving an incredible performance. Man, we got some good films here. We're going to sit through some really great movies. Almost Famous. This is the HMV Cine edition. Really cool. Really glossy cover there. I'd never seen this film. I just like HMV Cine edition. So I picked it up, watched it, and this film blew me away. I absolutely loved it. If you like your old 60s, 70s artists, bands, it's a good film for you. Sing Street, really good. A lot of music there, like The Cure and stuff. So, Walk the Line. Wow, this film was fantastic. The best performance I've seen from Joaquin Phoenix so far. I haven't seen Her, though, so bear that in mind. Yeah, and this also reignited my love for Johnny Cash music. Rocket Man, I love Elton. This, you know, biopic, quote unquote, because it's very flamboyantly musically at times as well, which I personally love. I prefer that than a straightforward biopic. But it chose to focus on Elton's 70s career, which is my favourite period for Elton, so loved it. Taron Egerton, wow, that man can sing as well. Bohemian Rhapsody, yeah, I like this, but I don't know, I prefer something like Rocket Man, where it runs with the music a bit more and has a bit more fun with it. Nowhere Boy, about John Lennon's early childhood, bit heartbreaking at times. Yesterday, the Danny Boyle film, which is sort of like, you know, what happened if the Beatles never existed, but this guy remembers all their music, so he sort of makes a load of money off it. Interesting film, not as good as I wanted it to be, but it's interesting. La La Land, oh, I love this movie. This movie is so good. One of my favourite films of the 2010s. Star is Born, first film I went to see by myself in the cinema. And I remember everyone crying at the end, and I was sort of sitting there going, keep it together, James, keep it together. But yeah, wow, Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper are just incredible in that film. In the Heights, one of my favourite films of last year. I love Lin-Manuel Miranda. I think the man is pure genius. Hamilton, you know, incredible stuff. Really love this movie. I've watched it about 7 or 8 times already. It's probably been out about 8 months or so. So yeah, I like it a lot. And The Greatest Showman. I saw this film so many times in the cinema. I love a musical, and this film was just so upbeat and fun. I had a great time with it. So then next up we have Les Miserables, one of my favourite musicals. Absolutely incredible stuff there. I'd love to see it on stage. Hopefully I will one day. The Moulin Rouge. Really great. Ewan McGregor. Nicole Kidman gives a fantastic performance in this film. The Prestige. Another great Nolan film here. Really underrated one, actually. Don't see many people talk about that one, but I really love it. The Elephant Man. Have yet to watch this one, actually. The Shawshank Redemption. Need I say any more? Absolute classic movie. The Revenant. Film that finally got Leo his Oscar. Bridge Over the River Kwai. You know, I saw this film a lot when I was younger. Haven't seen it in years, so I'm really looking forward to rewatching that one soon. Papillon. Fantastic film. Steve McQueen. Really, really great movie. Master and Commander. Really great. One of Russell Crowe's best films. Along with this. Gladiator. I don't know if there's a 4K set out there of that film yet, but I wouldn't mind upgrading that either. Braveheart. Watched this for the first time, funny enough, 3-4 months ago, and loved it. Great film. The Last Duel. Ridley Scott's better film from last year. I won't be buying House of Gucci anytime soon, I'll say that much. Lawrence of Arabia. Wow, this film absolutely blew me away. Genuinely one of my favourite films ever. I love it. The original Ben-Hur, that's right, we won't be having that remake here, but the original Ben-Hur, yeah, really, really fantastic movie as well. Loved it. I watched it right around the same time as Lawrence of Arabia, actually. I preferred Lawrence of Arabia, I'll be honest, but Ben-Hur's still fantastic. The Last Samurai, Tom Cruise, one of his best films outside of the Mission Impossible franchise. My favourite Tarantino movie, Django Unchained. Love this film. The Hateful Eight, also adore this movie. I know some people don't really care for this one as much, but I'm a big fan. Bone Tomahawk. This came out right around the same time as The Hateful Eight, actually, funny enough. And of course, you got Kurt Russell there again, looking pretty beastly there with his whole Western look. This film is brutal, but I love it. It's a great movie. True Grit. Another really, really great remake there. Jeff Bridges, Matt Damon, Josh Brolin, Haley Steinfeld there. Really, really fantastic movie. Rambo. This is the 4-film collection. I watched all of these in preparation for the... Is it 2019 Rambo? The 5th one? Yeah, I hated the 5th one, so I haven't bought it. But the 4 in here, 1 and 2... Well, 1 was awesome, 2 was really good, 3 was a bit cheesy. I enjoyed 4. Apocalypse Now, fantastic movie. This film was, wow, incredible. Great cast as well. 1917, yeah, this is a HMV digipack. It's got like a book in there and stuff, you know. But yeah, the packaging's a bit weird. Almost sort of wish I'd gone for a normal 4K over this one now. But yeah, 1917, great film. And Dunkirk, very similar design. I don't think this was a HMV exclusive. It's funny, like, the plastic is sort of, like, moulding out the case. I don't know why. It's slowly moving over time. It's not like it's in a hot area. You see the plastic sort of overlapping now. I don't know why it's doing it. It's not even, as I said, it's not in a hot area or anything. But anyway, Dunkirk's a great movie. Saving Private Ryan, fantastic. It's just a classic, isn't it? Absolute classic. And Hacksaw Ridge. Yeah, I want to say Andrew Garfield's best performance, but Tick, Tick, Boom just came out. Just between those. Schindler's List. Wow, this film is just incredible, isn't it? I'd love to get the 4K of that. There's a nice little 4K box set I keep seeing every time I go into HMV. So I do want to pick that up at some point. War Horse, great film. Empire of the Sun. Of course, a young Christian Bale. There he is. You know, fantastic film. Fury. Really, really cool war film there. Imitation Game. Really enjoyed this. One of Benedict's best performances, and he's got a lot of good ones. My very close to being my favourite. I'm going to say second favourite Tarantino movie, Inglourious Bastards. This is the HMV Cine Edition, which I was actually quite disappointed with. Like, the transfer's great, but look, you literally just get art cards and a book with pictures. There's, like, no information about the making of the movie or anything. Which is kind of why I buy the Cine Editions. I like seeing all the reading through the booklets and stuff. Jojo Rabbit. Yeah, really great. First Taika film I got to see in the cinema after, of course, been made aware of him because of Thor. So, did see Thor first, but the first non-Marvel one. The Indiana Jones 4K collection. Thank you, Mr. Alex Pitt, for this, who very kindly sent it to me. I love the original 3 indie films. I know some people aren't huge on the Temple of Doom, but I still love it. I grew up with it. The 4th one I don't think is as near as bad as some people make out, but it's not great. Pirates of the Caribbean, it's the 4 film collection. Yeah, the 4th one ain't great, but I love the original 3 so much. And I will say that the effects in the first 3 films hold up better than some films that are coming out today. Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland. Yeah, I don't mind that film. Maleficent, Mistress of Evil. Kind of surprised I still got these 2 in the collection, but I do kind of enjoy those films. Cruella. This was a real surprise for me from last year. I wasn't really expecting much from this movie, but I really, really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really fun time. It was much better than Jungle Cruise, which I was expecting to be the better. The Jungle Book, my favourite live-action adaptation of a Disney classic. Beauty and the Beast. Yeah, I kind of have this one because I have fond memories of, like, taking my sister to see that one. Aladdin, Guy Ritchie, so I kind of have it for that reason. But I can't lie, I actually do like this film. I know some people really hate it, but I had a fun time with that movie. Mary Poppins, the double pack, of course, the original. Grew up watching it, love it. Mary Poppins Returns, I didn't mind it. It was okay. Some good songs. Lin-Manuel Miranda, love that man. And Sherlock Holmes 1 and 2. You know, these films are quite fun, I gotta say. So then, carrying on, it is a new day. I can't film this whole video in one day because it's too much of a grand undertaking. So carrying straight on. Next up, we have Christopher Robin. This is a really underrated Disney movie, actually. Not many people went to see this one in the cinema, I don't think. I personally love this movie. It's just so heartwarming. Then, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. I didn't mind this. I thought this was a decent prequel. Harry Potter fans, you will see the Harry Potter films later on in the video, in the box set section. And Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grindelwald. The only film in the Wizarding World franchise that I don't like. Purely have it here because I own every other film. 300, Zack Snyder's Gladiator type movie. This is the HMV Cine edition. You can sort of see down the back, you get like a book and loads of posters. Really nice hardback case. Yeah, I actually hadn't seen this film before I bought the Cine edition. And I quite like the movie. I think it's decent. The Hobbit, The Unexpected Journey. I do enjoy this movie. I think it's fine. Yeah, obviously not as good as Lord of the Rings when you compare it, but I think it's fine. It's a little bit stretched out in places. The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug. Probably my favourite of the 3 Hobbits. It's between this and the first one. But this one's very entertaining still, I think. I think the Hobbits get a bit of a, or the first 2 at least, get a bit of a bad rap. I think they're pretty good films still. And The Hobbit, The Battle of the Five Armies, definitely the weakest in the Middle-earth franchise. It's not a great movie, this one. You can tell that, you know, it was meant to be a 2-film series and they really stretched it out for that 3rd film. And then, of course, The Lord of the Rings. Maybe the best trilogy ever. I adore these 3 movies. And this is a beautiful box set. Of course, for all the films in here. I try and watch these at least once every 6 months. They're just so incredible. Jurassic Park. I am waiting for Dominion to come out and hoping they do a 6-film collection in 4K. So hopefully in next year's Blu Ray collection, I'll have a 6-film collection in 4K of the Jurassic Park films. But yeah, the first one's a classic. Probably top 5 film ever for me, the first one. Jurassic World. And Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, the only film in the Jurassic Park franchise I don't like. It's just there for the collection. And we've got an Eureka set here, Mothra. Haven't watched this yet. It'll be watched very soon because I've literally only got 3 Godzilla films left to watch out of the 36 Godzilla films that are out there, I think. So I'll be moving on to Mothra next. She's got this, and then the 3 Rebirth Mothra films from the early 2000s. But yeah, this is a really, really nice set. Get a big book in there with the original poster on, which is very cool. And then, of course, speaking of Godzilla, we're well into my monster collection here. Here we have a custom case for the Criterions, and in here I have the discs. And I've put the discs in here because in the original packaging they slide about a little bit, and they're a little bit hard to get out of the packaging. So, you know, we got these cases made just to house the discs. But here is the set itself, which I have up on a nice display, which is beautiful. And if you guys, as I say, are new to the channel, I have a complete unboxing video of this. So yeah, just search that up on my channel and go and have a look. And I go into this set in incredible detail. But when I bought the set, I hadn't seen a single one of the Showa era Godzilla films. So I really enjoyed going through that. And I've been watching all of the later Godzilla films as well, from the Heisei era and the Millennium. And I've been loving it. I've been loving it. I've just watched last night Godzilla, is it Final Wars? Which was a bit mental. But here we have my favourite Godzilla film. I love this one. This is the Gareth Edwards 2014 reboot, Cine edition. Again, here's the back. You sort of see all the stuff you get in there. I love this movie. I really do. It just shows how grand and how big Godzilla is. Gareth Edwards is great with things like that. Kong Skull Island, which I also quite enjoyed. Godzilla King of the Monsters, not a huge fan of this one because it does what I hate Godzilla films doing. It just cuts to the humans way too often. Like, I watch a Godzilla film just to watch big monsters fight. I don't care about the humans. And Godzilla vs. Kong, much better, big improvement over King of the Monsters. I love how in this one, the final fight, when they start fighting, they just go for it. There's barely any human stuff and I love it. Godzilla, or Zilla, you know. I forget what year this came out, at some point in the 90s, I think. Not a very good movie at all. And Shin Godzilla. Waiting for a sequel to that. I don't know if anyone can let me know in the comments if that's actually happening. King Kong, the Peter Jackson film. I quite enjoy this one. It's a really good remake of the original, even though I love the original. And I actually only bought this recently. I actually saw this in cinema, though. Rampage. Yeah, I know that this is like not a great movie, and I'm surprised I haven't put it in my hallway. It's just sort of like big monsters, and I'm really into them at the minute. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to keep this with the Godzilla stuff in my room. Planet of the Apes. Yeah, so this is the original 5 films plus the Mark Wahlberg one, and it also has Rise in. So I don't really need Rise because I've got another set here in a minute with Rise in. The Mark Wahlberg one's pretty bad. The originals, I love the first 2 Planet of the Apes films. 3, I'm not a fan on 3 at all. And 4 and 5 are just bang average, really. But here we have the 4K Matt Reeves Planet of the Apes films, which these are incredible. These are the best Planet of the Apes films you can get right here. Especially War is probably my favourite, the last one. Dawn is also fantastic. And I have very fond memories with Rise. I remember watching out my granddad and stuff in the cinema. And these are some of the best looking 4Ks. These are fantastic movies. I love these. Then, going into horror. Halloween. That's right, this is the 8 film collection. This has, you know, all of them in. It doesn't have, thankfully, the Rob Zombie ones. But, you know, I really enjoy most of them in there, to be fair. There's a couple bad ones. I personally not a fan on 3. 6 wasn't very good, and I didn't like the 8th film. But I enjoy all the others in there. Nightmare on Elm Street. This is, again, a HMV exclusive box set. You get 7 films in here, big book and stuff. And yeah, I love the first Nightmare on Elm Street and the 3rd one. Really great. But I still enjoy 2 and 4 as well. The rest in there. Chucky. I really love this set. Look at that. That's really cool, isn't it? This is an American import, this one, because I don't like the UK packaging. But yeah, no, this is really great. I really enjoy Chucky. Yeah, I just, even the bad ones, I just really just enjoy watching Chucky. Makes me laugh, so. And the final one here is Friday the 13th. My least favourite of the slashers, just because I find it a bit boring how he's, you know, in half his movies, he's always at the lake. Very repetitive storytelling. But, yeah, Friday the 13th, still some good films in here. So next up, we have Sam Raimi's The Evil Dead. Actually haven't watched these yet. They were sent to me by my good friend Alex Hampton, so I still need to watch them. Scream, this is the 3-movie collection. I love Scream 1 and 2. 3 is a bit rocky, but I really enjoyed 4. I need to pick that up at some point. And the new one, 5, was fantastic as well. Taste the Blood of Dracula. Getting into my HMV collectible slips here. Selma's Lot. Believe it or not, still haven't seen this. The Exorcist. Really do need to watch this because I hear it's an absolute classic in the genre of horror. The Lost Boys, really fun 80s movie there. The Curse of La Llorona. And the cool thing about these is as well, I'll say it has the original artwork underneath. So you get 2 bits of artwork here. The Nun. Have yet to watch The Nun, but I haven't heard great things. Annabelle, the first one. This was just okay. Annabelle Creation. I actually really enjoyed this movie. I thought this one was really good. A lot better than the first one. And I haven't seen the third one yet, but we do own it. Annabelle Comes Home, because me and my good friend Luke and Ryan, we like to watch those together. We have yet to be able to get together and watch it. The Conjuring. This film scared the hell out of me. But really good movie. And The Conjuring 2, which I might prefer to the first one, actually, which I think might be controversial. I'm not 100% sure. I really like this movie. Also scared the hell out of me. And this one here, you know, based on true events about the Enfield haunting, it's literally 10 minutes down the road from me, which is the weirdest thing. The original It, the 2-part TV movie. Tremors. Now, you'll see a better copy of the first Tremors film when we get to my Arrow video collection. But I have this here purely for 2, 3, and 4. Even though I still haven't seen 3 and 4 because I really didn't enjoy 2. So it sort of put me off watching the others. The Witch. Really, really like this movie. Really, really great. Anya Taylor-Joy, one of her first roles. World War Z. I like this film, but then the plane sequence really lost me, and I struggled to get back into the film after that. Probably in my top 5 films ever here. Jaws, 4K. You know, this film is brilliant. Unbreakable. M. Night Shyamalan here. Split. His comeback movie. And Glass. I didn't mind this film, but I know a lot of people don't like it. I can get why. Get Out, Mr. Jordan Peele making his directing debut. Fantastic film. And then, of course, Us, which I also really, really enjoyed. Ready or Not, love this film. This was really great. It's on Disney Plus now. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Quiet Place in 4K. I got this for like £8 on some Amazon deal. But I love the movie, so I was like, yeah. Really, really kindly sent to me this one. Quiet Place Part 2. Really, really great follow-up. It Follows. Have yet to watch this. Ryan recommended it to me when we were in CEX. I think it was like £2, £3. So I was like, yep, sure, I'll have it then. Invisible Man. Really, really good remake there. Doctor Sleep. Who would have thought that they could pull off such a good sequel to The Shining? But wow. Really, really great film. I wouldn't mind upgrading that to 4K. It. Enjoyed this. It was good. A little bit overhyped, but it was good. It Chapter 2. 4K. I really like the cover to this one, actually. Yeah, it was good. It was good, but I wanted it to be better. Gremlins. Yeah, you know, like a lot of people sort of brought up on Gremlins, so love that movie. The Wizard of Oz, one of my favourite films. It's an absolute classic. I love this movie, and the 4K is really nice. Hook. Jumanji, the original, and here we have the second one, the new one. Welcome to the Jungle. Don't have the third one. I've seen the third one. I'd like to get it to go with those, but The Goonies. The Dark Crystal. I bought this right after the TV show Age of Resistance aired because I loved the TV show. The movie, this is pretty good. I don't love it as much as some people, but the TV show I absolutely am in love with. I'm gutted we're not getting a second season. Be nice if Netflix would do a physical release of that show now that it's not getting a second season. Labyrinth, big Bowie fan, so... What We Do in the Shadows, my favourite Taika Waititi film, and I'll say this, the TV show is even better. It's fantastic. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, really want to get the 4K to this. Classic movie. Hugo, really odd Scorsese film, but really, really fantastic. The Truman Show, my favourite Jim Carrey movie. I love that film. Howard the Duck, yeah. That was a nice book, this one, actually. 101 film, of course. Yeah. Yeah, I own it. Yeah, I do. Hard Day's Night, The Beatles. I'm a big Beatles fan. And I do really enjoy Hard Day's Night, actually. It's just very interesting. And then Help. And this is once quite nice packaging, yeah. It all folds out like so. Yeah, this is still a very entertaining film. Don't have Yellow Submarine. I do have somewhere, I've genuinely lost it. I think I lent it out. I had the Martin Scorsese documentary on George Harrison. I really need to find that because it's one of my favourite documentaries out there. The Blues Brothers. I love this film. Again, HMV Cine Edition. There's all the stuff you get. It's a little bit cheaper made, this one. You know, cheaper card and stuff. It's not the thick box, which is a shame because I really love this film. But it is what it is. Dirty Dancing. Yeah, this one comes with a few little bits as well. And I watch this film way too much for my own good. Mamma Mia. Here we go again. This is like a nice little book version as well. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. So then carrying straight on here, we have Mamma Mia. Here we go again next. Hoping for that third film, just to get a trilogy. They're good fun, those films. Going into comedy now, Borat. Love Borat. The Four Lions, a film which got banned in cinema after 3 days, I believe. But it, you know, there are some funny bits to it, and yeah, they really didn't want to advertise on here what the film's about. It's about the 4 worst terrorists, which is a pretty touchy subject. So yeah, The Boat That Rocked, or Pirate Radio, I think it's called in America. Really, really good British comedy there. Bill Nye is hilarious in it. The classic Cornetto trilogy, Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and The World's End. The World's End, I really enjoy it, but obviously Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz are absolute classics. I love them. Paul, which is also pretty good, not from Edgar Wright, but of course starring Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. And then here, Edgar Wright again, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. I love this movie. I really want to get the 4K. I really, really love that film. Zombieland. Tropic Thunder. This film cracks me up. Game Night. Really, really great comedy which went under the radar a bit. The Hangover trilogy. I love the first one. And the other two, you know, my dad enjoys them, so I keep them in the collection. Had to import this one, The Beach Mum, because it never got a release here. But I really love this movie from 2019. Matthew McConaughey, that one. The 40-Year-Old Virgin. Superbad. Some really, really cool American comedies here. Pineapple Express. This Is the End. The Interview. Really great one here. The Big Lebowski. I think there's a 4K of that, which I wouldn't mind getting. Meet the Parents. Meet the Fockers. Booksmart. Another one I had to import because they didn't put a Blu Ray out here in the UK, but this is a really great coming of age story. Yeah, really, really like this film. Walk Hard. If you like your 60s and 70s classic rock like me, it's a great comedy, that one. Anchorman, this is a double pack, 1 and 2. Step Brothers. And then sort of going a bit more light-hearted here into, got a couple Christmassy films and then some Disney. Love Actually, adore this film. My second favourite Christmas film, and this is my first, Home Alone, adore this film. I'd really like to get the second Home Alone film, actually, because I really like that as well. It's a Wonderful Life, which I watched for the first time this year. Great film. Or, well, last year now, technically. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Another 4K I'd like to upgrade. Isle of Dogs, Mr. Wes Anderson. If you're a Wes Anderson fan, you're going to see some more when we get to the Criterion section of the video. Christmas Carol. Really cool lenticular cover there. And here we have some nice Disney 4Ks. Now, a lot of these I do have in the collection, the Disney collection as well. So you can see 2 copies of a few of these. But, you know, these 4Ks super cool. And most of them were gifted to me, which is really awesome. So we got The Little Mermaid in 4K there. Beauty and the Beast. And I've got to say, the 4K transfers on these are really nice as well. Aladdin. The Lion King, Mulan. Yep, no comment on the live action remake of that. Tangled. I really love this film. Just really, really cool film there. I think it's really nice. Big Hero 6. Zootropolis or Zootopia, if you're in America. I think they changed the name's different. Even though the city's called Zootropolis, so I think the UK title actually makes more sense there. My favourite modern Disney film, Moana. I love this movie. It's freaking awesome. Raya and the Last Dragon. Pretty good movie. I enjoyed that one. Could have been better. Definitely preferred Encanto, and I will be buying Encanto when it comes out. And then Soul, Pixar. And Luca. I loved Luca. This was such a great movie. Madagascar, the triple pack. I only ever really watched the first one in here, but, you know, it's just one case, so. Shrek. Love Shrek. The second one is a beast of a movie. Absolutely fantastic. And the first Kung Fu Panda movie. So next up we have Kung Fu Panda 2. I do really enjoy the Kung Fu Panda films, I must say. They're very underrated. And here is the third one. Then we have How to Train Your Dragon. How to Train Your Dragon 2. And How to Train Your Dragon 3. The Hidden Kingdom? Yeah. Or World. If there's a 4K set out there of those 3, that's something I'd definitely like to upgrade to as well, I must say. The Lego Movie. Real surprise there. And the Lego Batman movie. This film was a real surprise. This cracked me up. And Rango. Love Rango. Then Studio Ghibli time. We have a box set here of the Hayao Miyazaki. I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing that right. Set, which has so many great movies in. It's beautiful hardback. You know, this has My Neighbor Totoro in it. Or it has Spirited Away. You know, there's a lot of really fantastic films in here. So yeah. And then I've got some more Studio Ghibli films here which are not in that set. We got The Cat Returns, which was a really fun movie. Laputa, Castle in the Sky. I have seen this. This is a great movie. I haven't seen this one yet. Pom Poko. Love this one. Ariete. This is such a fantastic movie. Haven't seen this one. Grave for the Fireflies. Grave for the Fireflies. Have yet to watch that one. This is pretty good, this one. Whisper of the Heart. Have not seen this one. My Neighbours, the Yamadays. A bit difficult to pronounce some of these. Only Yesterday. Have yet to watch this one as well at the minute. Most of the ones I've seen are in the box set, to be fair. Tales from Earthsea. Love this next one. From Up on Poppy Hill. This was a fantastic film. The Tales of Princess Kaguya. Also, have not seen this one yet. I love this one. When Marnie was here, this was such a fantastic film. And The Red Turtle. Also one I have yet to see. And then the last animation thing I have is Avatar, the complete series. The Legend of Aang, obviously. Not nothing to do with Avatar as in James Cameron. This is a fantastic show. I used to watch this growing up. And then just a couple documentaries here from Mr. David Attenborough. And then we're on to the Arrow Video, Criterion's, HMV's and Disney collection. The Blue Planet Collection. The Planet Earth complete series. This is series 1. But it's in this beautiful set. Really nice. Frozen Planet. And I watched all of these as they air, but they're great to have. Life Story. Africa. The Hunt. Planet Earth 2. This was fantastic. The Trials of Life, one of the early ones. Don't think I've actually watched this one, to be fair. It's one I might need to check out. Life. It's incredible, this one. Loved it. Probably my favourite of the bunch. 7 Worlds, 1 Planet. I actually picked this up really cheap in CEX. That was a great little deal there. And finally, David Attenborough's The Great Barrier Reef. And I love the cover to this one. It's so shiny and nice. But yeah, as I say, that's it for the actual main Blu-ray collection. Now we're going to move on to, as I say, my Arrow Videos, Criterion's, HMV Premiums and Disney collections. So I think for some people, they might find that more interesting. There's going to be some more older films and some foreign films in there. And then we've got the box sets coming at the end of the video. So it's once again later on in the day. I've actually been out between filming this and the last bit. Been to Forbidden Planet in London. I got the art book for season 2 of The Mandalorian. Myself a nice Fanta lemon there as well, which is nice. I'm going to have a swig of this, and we'll continue on. Lovely. So we're on to the Arrow Video stuff first. So I know I said that the box sets are going to come later on in the video, and they are. I have a few cool other box sets to show. But in terms of the Arrow Video range, a few of them are in box sets, so we've got a few box sets here as well. So first up is the Demanding set. This is a really beautiful set here. These are some 60s big kaiju monster films. There's 3 in here, and it's nice packaging, this one, actually. I'll show you this one. The top sort of comes off like so. You've got the 3 movies and a big old book in there. So yeah, that's a really nice set. And yeah, pretty good movies. I didn't love these as much as some people. The third one was actually my favourite. And then we have Gamera. This is empty because the Blu-rays are on lend to my friend Ryan. He's had them for ages. God knows if I'll ever get them back at this rate. But yeah, this is the Showa era, of course. 8 films in this. I really enjoyed most of them other than the last one. And I think it was it Virus? The Squid Monster one? That one wasn't very good. But then we have here Gamera, the Heisei era. I've really been trying to get people into this set. I've sent this off to subscriber mail to a couple of people even because these films are really great. And also I'll say this with the box sets, if you get them both, put them together like that and you get a really cool little picture. But yeah, these films are, especially 2 and 3, fantastic. This is a really good set from Arrow. Really good big monster movies there. And then here we have the complete Sartana collection. Have yet to dig into these. I sort of got this when I was into watching the Man with No Name trilogy from Clint Eastwood, and I wanted more westerns. I think these are Spanish or Italian. Yeah, have yet to dig into them, but I got them on a really cheap sale, so yeah, I've got them there for when I'm ready. Then here we have some fun 80s horror with House. The first one's good. My favourite is actually the second one. I quite enjoy 3, even though a lot of people don't, and the 4th one's pretty bad. But yeah, these are fun movies. Hellraiser. Have yet to dig into these. My good friend Reese keeps trying to get me to watch these, so I do, you know, but it's high on my list to crack into this set. The Ring, which was sent to me as lovely subscriber mail. Have yet to crack into this one as well, I must admit. Maybe the best blind buy I've ever bought here, because I hadn't seen this movie when I bought this. I took a real risk. I bought the Battle Royale 4K big beefy box set. Only 2 films in here, if you can believe it, and I hadn't seen them, so I took a real gamble. But now the first Battle Royale is maybe my favourite foreign film ever. I love it, and this is such a beautiful set. It's actually on sale at the minute, depending when you see this video, obviously. So yeah, really, really fantastic set. Here comes one of my very controversial opinions. Donnie Darko. Not a fan of this movie. This was sent to me as a gift, so I kept it in the collection because it's a nice package still, and I'm forever grateful. But yeah, not a movie I like much. RoboCop, Mr. Movie Worm, if you're watching. Really, really great 80s movie there. And one of my favourite films ever, Tremors. I love this movie. It's so cool, so fun. This is the 4K edition. Of course, you get a nice big book in there and stuff as well. Dune. I bought this in preparation for the new one, which I have on pre-order. It comes out next week, so it's just missing out on being in this video. But yeah, this is the original to David Lynch film. Wasn't a fan of it. Wasn't a fan. True Romance. Again, another film which I took a risk on. I hadn't seen this before. I just pre-ordered this because it looks cool, and I really enjoyed this. Very Tarantino-y. You know, I think he was a writer or a producer. But yeah, fantastic cast as well. Really like this film. And then here we have Dinner in America, which is a 2020 film, I think. Pretty new for Arrow. Really, really fun movie if you haven't seen it. Pitch Black, one of the only Vin Diesel films I actually enjoy. I'm not a Vin Diesel fan, I'm not going to lie, but this film here is really cool. Really great early 2000s sci-fi movie. The Hound of Baskerville, really great Sherlock story there with, of course, the wonderful Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee, 2 of my favourite actors ever. And The Horror Express, also Peter Cushing, Christopher Lee. Yeah, just, as I love those 2 actors. Psycho 2, a lot of people recommended this to me because I'm a big fan of the original Psycho. They've actually said that the second one's actually quite good. Haven't watched this yet, but I'm looking forward to getting around to it. Massacre Gun, this was sent to me by Mr. Horror in Todge. An American Werewolf in London. I think there's a 4K box set of this up for pre-order or something on Amazon at the minute. So, might hopefully be upgrading this because I love that movie. Oh, here comes a good one. I hope Arrow Video do another box set version of this because I'll buy this in a heartbeat. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. This is just cheesy nonsense, but I love it. My good friend Reese, if you're watching, I have him to thank for getting into this. This is such a great film. It's cheesy beyond belief, but it's great. Candyman. Oh, I love this film. This is so good. I still need to watch the second and third one. I saw the new one in cinema, but the original is where it's at. The Thing, another one where if they reissued the box set, I'd be buying it in a heartbeat. This is a great movie. And, of course, carrying on with John Carpenter and Kurt Russell, Big Trouble in Little China. Fantastic movie. So next up, we have Time Bandits. Yeah, just fun 80s film. Then here we have Videodrome. A film which I was expecting a lot more from. I personally wasn't a big fan of this movie. I thought it was just alright, but... Stormy Monday. Haven't seen this one yet, but Mr. Tommy Lee Jones. Can't go wrong there. Thief. Watched this for the first time last week, so that's just still a pretty fresh watch. With Now and I, Richard E. Grant and Paul McGann, 2 actors I really love. Actually met Paul McGann, which is cool. So yeah, it's a good little film, that. The Matinee, Mr. Jamie Powell, if you're watching. This is, I believe he's a big fan of this movie, and I've got to say, so was I. I thought it was a really good film. Animal Factory, haven't seen this one yet. Heathers. I loved this movie. I thought this was so great. I've watched it about 4 times. I really love this. One of my favourite films in the Arrow video range. The Burbs, film which I also watched for the first time this previous month. Really, really great film. Really enjoyed it. Just cheesy fun. 12 Monkeys, a film which I thought was actually a little bit overrated. I enjoyed it, but Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, didn't mind it. It was alright. Dark Blue, haven't watched this one yet either. Climax, a film which I do really want to watch because I've heard nothing but great things. Picked it up in the last Arrow video sale, so yeah, need to crack on and watch that one. And here, Old Boy, fantastic movie. I believe there's a remake with Josh Brolin and Elizabeth Olsen, if I'm correct. Need to watch it. Now on to the Criterions. First one up is A Night to Remember. The 1958 Titanic movie, which is brilliant. I personally prefer it to the James Cameron one. Oh, pardon me. 12 Angry Men. Fantastic film there. This is the Samurai trilogy from the 50s. I think they came out in the 50s. Yeah, 54, 55, and 56. So you get 3 films in there. I'm not going to try and pronounce them because it's not going to go well. But they're really good films. 3 Outlaw Samurai. One of the few Criterions I haven't watched in my collection. I need to give that one a watch. Stalker. 1979 Tchaikovsky movie, which is incredible. Some filmmaking at its finest. The Scorsese shorts. The Last Temptation of Christ. I really liked this movie, surprisingly. I thought it was a really good film. Desert Hearts. Also, pretty good film. Quite short, which is surprising for a Criterion film. The Kingfisher. A really, really good Criterion, actually. You know, Jeff Bridges, Robin Williams. Tootsie. You know, this is probably a very easy watching Criterion then. Like, I watched that one with my dad, and he liked it a lot as well. Fast Times at Ridgemont High, sorry. Yeah, great sort of coming of age high school 90s movie. Set in the 70s though, I believe. Bottle Rocket, here we go. Here's some Wes Anderson's. His first film. Personally, my least favourite Wes Anderson movie. Rushmore, great film. This is where Anderson really got into his stride. The Royal Tenenbaums, love this movie. I watch it way too often. Watch this one even more. The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou. Bill Murray's best performance, in my opinion. Fantastic film. The Darjeeling Limited. The first half of this film is awesome. The second half, it's alright. The only Paul Thomas Anderson film I've seen, I know I need to watch There Will Be Blood and Boogie Nights. And they're high on my list to watch at the minute. But Punch Drunk Love, great film, one of Adam Sandler's best. Criterion, please release Adam Sandler's Uncut Gems in the UK, please. Certain Women, the weakest Criterion film I think I've seen. Not a great movie there. One Night in Miami, again, one of the other few Criterions I still need to watch in my collection. Portrait of a Lady on Fire, fantastic French movie, one of my favourite foreign films right there. Night of the Living Dead, sort of into the digipack ones now, which are nice. Of course, Stanley Kubrick's Dr. Strangelove, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Bomb. Yeah, that one right. And another Tchaikovsky here with Mirror. Really good. Not quite as good as Stalker, but still really, really good film. Eraserhead, have yet to watch this. Of course, David Lynch. And also have yet to watch this one as well, Twin Freaks, because I hear this slots in between a couple series of the show. So, yeah, I want to watch the show and I want to do it all in order. I want to watch it all right. So it might actually be a while before I get around to the Twin Peaks one. Do the Right Thing, mentioned this earlier, Spike Lee, great film. Bought this one in Cardiff, actually, where someone actually recognised me, which was really cool. I remember checking out that one specifically for that. And Dazed and Confused, this is really cool. I love the die cut. Very similar to Richmond, Fast Times at Richmond High. Personally, I prefer this. Really, really good movie. High school type film again. The Before trilogy, fantastic. Mr. Ethan Hawke, we love him. Can't wait to see him in Moon Knight. And the actress, doesn't have her name on here, but she's fantastic as well. And yeah, you get all of the, all the films there. Yeah, the first one's brilliant. To be honest, they're all brilliant. The New World, really enjoyed this. Mr. Terrence Malick. And The Tree of Life, another bit of a controversial opinion here. This one wasn't really for me, I'm not gonna lie. Moonrise Kingdom, fantastic film, really, really great. Some good comedy elements to that one as well from Wes Anderson. Fantastic Mr. Fox, I love this cover. This cover is so cool, and I love this movie. I grew up watching this one. My favourite Wes Anderson movie, and honestly, one of my favourite films ever, The Grand Budapest Hotel. This film is, honestly, it's just incredible. I love it so much. And then here we have Roma. Again, another fantastic movie. The cinematography in this was beautiful. The score, the acting, everything about it. This film was great. So then, carrying straight on here, next up we have Parasite. Again, another really cool one there with the cut cover. That was actually a birthday present there, which was coming from America, and it took nearly a year to come, if you can believe it. Marriage Story, incredible movie. I'm really hoping that Criterion continue releasing some of these Netflix films, like The Five Bloods, Tick Tick Boom, some really great ones there. The Irishman by Mr. Martin Scorsese, really, really good film there. And then here we have a Martin Scorsese documentary on Mr. Bob Dylan, Rolling Thunder Revenue. And then we're on to the HMV Premium. So if you're outside of the UK, they're just a lot of old, cooler films that all sort of match. They're all individually numbered, and it has the year they were released on. So here we have them, which is number 1. And then here we have Forbidden Planet, number 2. So yeah, you get the gist. I'm not going to show you all the spines. Them was pretty good. Forbidden Planet, grew up with this film, so I'm kind of a bit biased. I love it. Here we have all the, is it the President's Men? Haven't watched that one yet, but Robert Redford, and Dustin Hoffman. The Shining, classic Stanley Kubrick. Little Shop of Horrors, love this movie. Great music in it. Gremlins 2, a very good sequel. The original 1933 King Kong, fantastic movie, one of the best big monster movies ever. The original Robin Hood. Excalibur. The Mission, which was a film I was really looking forward to watching, but I found myself a bit disappointed with that one. Jason and the Argonauts. I haven't seen this one yet, in case you couldn't guess. Performance, starring Mr. Mick Jagger. Scanner Darkly, really, really cool one here. Great cast as well. Keanu Reeves, Robert Downey, Winona Ryder. Gattaca, which was a very good movie. Donnie Brasco, or Briscoe, is it? Oh no, it was Brasco. Yeah, still haven't watched this one. Blow, this was a very interesting movie. Legends of the Fall, which I quite enjoyed as well. Chinatown. Shaft. The original Pet Sematary. The Haunting. Clockwork Orange, fantastic movie. Absolutely fantastic. Casablanca, classic. This one's a bit thicker as well because it comes with a huge book. It's the only premium they've done that for, weirdly. Amistad, Mr. Spielberg. And Munich. the Beast from 20,000 Fathoms. Yeah, I'm a bit disappointed in that one. Clash of the Titans. Love this movie. This is great. My Own Private Idaho. The Last Picture Show. Yeah, Last Picture Show. Pretty boring cover on that one. The Treasure of the Serenade Madrid. Grand Prix. Really like this one, actually. A little bit long, but very good. Mighty Joe Young. Loved this film. This was great. One of my favourite premiums. Marathon Man. Have yet to watch this one. Kroll. Some cheesy 80s stuff here. 2001: A Space Odyssey. One of the best movies ever made. Sorry, I'm getting ready to sneeze. But yeah, fantastic movie there. And then its sequel, which I haven't seen, 2010, the day we made contact. Barry Lyndon, another really good Kubrick there. Full Metal Jacket, fantastic movie. The Thing, the original. And Dracula, AD 1972, Mr. Christopher Lee. So then next up we have The Satanic Rites of Dracula. Now, I haven't actually watched any of these Christopher Lee Dracula films yet, purely because I'm missing ones. They haven't been made available on Blu Ray here in the UK. I think there's one more out there. So I'm waiting until I can get them all, and then I'm going to watch them. Robin and Marion. This wasn't as good as I wanted it to be, but Sean Connery still, so still got some good moments to it. The Man with Two Brains. This weren't great. Top Gun. You know, cheesy 80s. Yeah, I think it helps if you're around when it came out in terms of loving that movie. Days of Thunder. Personally, wasn't a big fan on this one. Aeroplane. Flashdance. Quite enjoyed this movie, actually. Pretty in Pink. Really good. Really need to get a hold of The Breakfast Club as well. That's a film I need in my collection. Urban Cowboy. King Creole, starring Mr. Elvis Presley. It was alright. The remake of The Haunting with Mr. Owen Wilson. The Phantom. This was not a good movie at all. I was quite in shock of what I was watching. Now on to the Disney films. So here we have Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. And again, just like the horror films I showed earlier, you get the original artwork underneath. But anyway, they all sort of look like this, and they're all numbered as well, if you're unfamiliar with these. Pinocchio. And I have seen all of these but one. Fantasia. Dumbo. Bambi. Saludos Amigos. Now, I know, again, people who do collect these are probably thinking, hang on, because number 6 through 8 plus 10 and 25, yeah, have not been put out on Blu-ray for some reason. What I've done is I picked up the DVD and, yeah, I just trimmed down the cases because it was so annoying having the missing numbers. So these are just DVDs inside, and I've cut down the case because it was bothering me. I went 1 to 5 and it skipped to 9, and they're just not going to put them out in the UK. So I figured I'd make my own. This is the Three Caballeros, and then this is the only Disney animated film I haven't seen. So I'm going to make it a priority to watch it soon, so I can say I've seen them all, and that is Make Mine Music. And then in this one we have Fun and Fancy 3 and Archibald, but it's 9 and 10. So it's 9 and 11. So then, of course, we have number 10 here with Melody Time. And even though Archibald is in that pack, because I wanted all the numbers, I had to get an Archibald and cut it down, so... or Itchibald. I think that's how you say it. So, yeah. Anyway, from here on out, it's not a mess. Cinderella. Alice in Wonderland. Peter Pan, one of my personal favourites there. Did grow up with it, so again, a little biased. Lady and the Tramp. Sleeping Beauty. 101 Dalmatians. The Sword in the Stone. The Jungle Book. The Aristocats. Robin Hood. Winnie the Pooh, or the many adventures of Winnie the Pooh. The Rescuers. Fox and the Hound. And the Black Cauldron. This is the other one I had to cut down. Really weird they never put that one out on Blu-ray. Basil the Great Mouse Detective. Oliver and Company. Starring Mr. Billy Joel, that one. The Little Mermaid. The Rescuers Down Under, which comes in a double pack. Luckily, they put the Rescuers Down Under number at the top. Beauty and the Beast. Oh, nearly dropped that one. Always nearly drop something in a video. Aladdin. My favourite animated film ever. The Lion King. I know it's a pretty bog standard generic pick, but hey-ho. Pocahontas. And The Hunchback of Notre Dame. So now next up we have Hercules. Now, we do go right here on my shelf, so I'm going to put them in as we go. Mulan. Tarzan. Love this film. Love the music that Mr. Phil Collins did for it as well. Fantasia 2000. The Emperor's New Groove. Atlantis, The Lost Kingdom? The Lost Empire. Lilo and Stitch. Look at how adorable he is. Treasure Planet, really underrated one. I'd love to see a live action version of that, actually. Brother Bear, another underrated one there. Home on the Range. Chicken Little, my least favourite, I'd probably say. The Wild. Meet the Robinsons. Bolt. Quite enjoyed Bolt. Princess and the Frog. Tangled. Wreck-It Ralph. Frozen. Big Hero 6. Zootropolis. Moana. Ralph Breaks the Internet. Wasn't a huge fan of that one either, I gotta say. Frozen 2. I don't know if this is a controversial opinion, but I personally actually preferred this to the first one. And Raya and the Last Dragon. Still actually haven't even bothered opening the one inside because I got the 4K. And then we're on to Pixar. So here we go. Toy Story. And again, for those of you who are outside the UK and are unaware, it is numbered as well. A Bug's Life. Toy Story 2. Monsters, Inc. Finding Nemo, my favourite Pixar movie there. I think it was the first film I ever saw in cinema as well. Incredibles. Cars. Ratatouille, one of my favourites there as well. And another one of my favourites here, Wall-E. Up. Toy Story 3. Cars 2. Not a very good movie, that one. Brave. Monsters University. Inside Out. The Good Dinosaur. Finding Dory. Cars 3. Coco. Love Coco. Great movie. Incredibles 2. Toy Story 4. Yeah, not as good as the first 3, but still pretty good. Onward. And finally, Soul, which also I haven't bothered opening because, you know, I got the 4K of that as well. So now we're going to do the Doctor Who Blu-rays and then we'll move on to the box sets. So if you're not a Doctor Who fan, you might want to skip through this bit. So first up, we have Doctor Who The Collection Series A, and these are beautiful big boxes. And that, of course, there is Mr. John Pertwee. Then we have Season 10. Now, for those of you who don't collect these or don't know much about them, they're releasing them in whatever order they want at the minute. The next setup for pre-order is 22, so they're just all over the place. But they say they're going to do them all, so yeah. Season 12, this is an original, not the repress. Season 14. And I love the artwork here by Mr. Lee Bindings, fantastic. Series 17, I think this is the latest one. Beautiful artwork again. It's my favourite one in terms of design, packaging. Series 18, I love the artwork. My favourite one in terms of content is Series 12. Series 19. We need another Peter Davison one. It's been a while. Series 23. Series 24. I think it's 24. Is it 24? Yeah. Go up there. This room. Sort of leaning. And Series 26. And then I have some animated Blu-rays here, which were kindly sent to me by my good friend Anthony. Here is the Macra Terror. The Faceless Ones. The Power of the Daleks. And Fury of the Deep. And we have Doctor Who the Movie, starring Mr. Paul McGann. It's alright. The Day of the Doctor. Don't worry for the Eccleston David fans. When we get to the box sets in a minute, you'll see their eras. And Smiths, of course. Yeah, Day of the Doctor, the 50th anniversary. Time of the Doctor. Matt Smith's last episode. Series 8. I absolutely adore Capaldi in this role. Series 9. And Series 10. Capaldi's final episode. Once Upon a Time. Twice Upon a Time. And then, of course, going into the era that we're still unfortunately in. The 13th Doctor here, Jodie Whittaker. Series 11. Not very good at all. Potentially even worse here, Series 12. And yeah, I get Series 13, The Flux, tomorrow, actually. So then, box sets. First one up I have to show is the Clint Eastwood, the Signature Film Collection. Yeah, this is a big set. You get a lot of movies in here. Every film the man has ever been in, really, is in here, and directed. Again, just like the Godzilla set, I have an unboxing on this if you want to see me go into more detail on it. Let me pop this down in front of me. And I can pull out from behind me some other sets I have. I have the complete Sarah Jane Adventures box set, of course. Doctor Who spin-off. And Doctor Who again, we have the good stuff. This is the best stuff for Doctor Who, in my opinion. You've got Series 1 through 7. David Tennant. Eccleston and Matt Smith. And the specials for between series 4 and 5. And then also have... hang on, I'll get it in a minute. Hang on. Very professional here, me. Only Fools and Horses, the complete box set. Classic British show there. And we got another 2 behind me here. We've got Primeval, series 1 through 3. And one of my favourite comedy shows here, The Office, the American version. And then finally, here we are, the last bit of my collection. We have got the James Bond collection. This goes all the way up to Quantum of Solace. We have the Harry Potter, the Hogwarts collection. Of course, all 8 films in here. In this beautiful set. Really good little film series there. And then we got 4 more sets here. We have Fellini. This is the 4 film collection. Have yet to actually crack into these. We have the Charlie Chaplin collection. I've watched a few films in here. I've watched 4. So there's still quite a few I need to get through. But Charlie Chaplin's great. So yeah. Would like them to release something similar for Laurel and Hardy like this. Bong Joon-ho, the collection. I love every single film this man's made. They're all brilliant. He is truly one of the best people working in Hollywood. That has everything in it but Okja. Okja you have to go on Netflix to watch, but still worth a watch on Netflix because it's great. And finally, the final set I have to show is my Alfred Hitchcock collection. I've watched every film in here but the last 2, I think. I think that's literally all I've got left to watch. Yeah, I have yet to watch Frenzy and Family Plot. But other than that, I've watched every other film in here, and there's quite a few movies in there, as you can see. And yeah, the early ones are fantastic. Rear Window, and Psycho, 2 of my favourite films ever. We're done. There we go. There is the Blu-ray Collection video 2022. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Now, as I say, in terms of the Blu-rays in my hallway, because I know some people are curious about them, I will be doing a video on that. I'm going to give it a couple months, so guys. So, you know, don't ask for it anytime soon, because this video has taken long enough to film. But I will get around to doing it for you guys, because I know that you want to see it. But anyway, if you've made it through this entire video, hats off to you. Well done for that. Well done, you. But yeah, wow. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Thank you so much for the support over 2021. Looking forward to seeing what 2022 brings us. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. And as always, I'll see you next time for another video. Bye-bye.